What's up, guys? We are here at Nike's world headquarters in Beaverton, Oregon to take a closer look at the brand new Nike Tiempo Legend 8, a boot that combines Nike's classic heritage with modern innovation. Today, we're going to be meeting with Joel Bagby, the man that brings the Tiempo 8 to life. Joel, what's up, dude?
Cool. How are you, man? Good to see you.
Glad to be here, man. So let's go ahead and dig right into the nitty gritty.
Yep.
Tiempo 7 was awesome. I love that boot. You and I chatted a lot about it. How do you and your team decide where to go when you create something that well loved?
It's a really good problem to have. Tiempo 7 was amazing, but we know Tiempo and we know exactly what we want to do on it. The brief for this one was pretty simple. We wanted to make something that was softer, better fitting, and more comfortable than we've ever had in the past. I think we did it. Very early in the process, we spoke with Pirlo, and he gave us a really clear indicator of just visually what Tiempo is, and just more like what the mood and what everything about Tiempo is. He put it perfectly. He said from a distance, it's very simple, and the closer you get, the more you realize how much detail and tech is actually going on in this. So we feel like we really achieved that, because from a distance, this looks like it's futuristic, but still very much within that Tiempo
Yeah, it
zone.
has that heritage to it.
And then when the closer you get, and especially under the hood, you realize that this is a high-tech, high-performance product. So we feel like we've made him proud with this one, based on exactly what he was telling us. When it comes down to it, Tiempo is Nike football. It's been around for 25 years in its modern day, and then obviously our modern day Tiempo from 2005. It is our authenticity. It is Nike football. So the challenge for us always is to take what is amazing about Tiempo and what players love about Tiempo and take it into the future, right? We don't want to stay old school. We don't want to stay in the past. So we want to make sure that every Tiempo that we make draws a little bit of that inspiration from the past, but still pushes it forward. Football is getting faster. It's getting more modern. We want to make sure that Tiempo is exactly on pace with that. So we look to the past for a few things. You'll notice that like a lot of this leather, we saw some quilting that we have back in one of our more incredible Ronaldinhos. We've also had that quilting in our Tiempo 5, a little bit in our Tiempo 4.
You guys are going back to the really well-loved boots.
It's one of those key identifiers of really soft leather is that quilting. So when you get into Tiempo 8, that really modern execution of that quilting is something our design team really wanted to get after. Something that when you see it from afar, it may even look a little bit futuristic or even maybe not even leather.
Yeah.
I guarantee you this is leather. And it's actually more leather than we've ever had on a Tiempo. It stretches all the way from the lateral side, all the way back to your heel on the medial side. So the one-line brief for this one, if you really break it down, we wanted to create a leather sock. It was a tagline that we heard from a kid who said, that's what I really want is a leather sock, and we thought it was perfect. So the way we did that is we tried to just separate as many layers as possible, so that once you lace up, all those layers kind of come together and hug naturally around your foot. So if you break this apart, there's actually 3 different layers. There's a Flyknit fit tunnel, there's the Quadfit, and then there's the leather. The Flyknit fit tunnel wraps your foot like a sock right away, whether it's big or small. The Quadfit then, the laces will come up through there and the leather, so that when you do tie them together, everything just cinches around your foot. It provides that really amazing one-to-one fit.
I was gonna say, just from even just tightening the laces, you can really tell just all around your foot. It felt so stable and just so comfortable in there.
Yeah.
I think it's been executed perfectly on this one, so congratulations to you and your team on that.
Thank you, appreciate it. The team's done an amazing job.
So with some of the inspiration that you've drawn from the leather and everything, you've gone with the one-piece upper. Tell me a little bit more about why you guys decided to go that direction.
Yeah, it's pretty simple when it comes to Tiempo. Leather equals touch, and the more leather we can put on this, the better. So for Tiempo 8, one of the major things we wanted to do was make it softer. To get there, we wanted to make sure that we removed all stitching, removed anything that was going to be super heavily glued onto the back to keep its shape. We were able to do that because of Quadfit that we have underneath. All that's enabled us to do is to have this leather on top, basically all one piece, all floating, and all doing exactly what leather does really well.
Let's take a little bit deeper dive underneath the hood of that one-piece leather.
So Quadfit's this amazing material. So if you peel back the upper layer, which is all, again, a floating piece of leather, it's super, super soft. That Quadfit really provides your structure that you used to get out of stitching and out of cementing layers together. One of the key issues with leather product, as you know, is that over time it tends to overstretch. Quadfit really solves that problem in that these fibers tend to move around your foot and not only fit, but lock in place. So if you think about cutting, you think about changing direction, that Quadfit will actually take the force before it stretches the leather, which is amazing because that means we don't have to stitch it, we don't have to glue it down, and that leather just gets to stay as soft as it is.
Yeah, it basically gets to do what leather's meant to do. Soft touch, great fit.
Exactly.
Now you did mention the Flyknit tunnel in there. Can you let's kind of explore that a little bit more and kind of how that aids not only in the fit, but kind of in maybe a little bit of the touch, adding that extra layer in there. I will say from my experience, I felt a little more support almost through my arch.
That was the idea. It's actually, this is an idea that came out of the NSRL, our sports research lab here at Nike. Is this idea that if you wrap the foot and provide a really secure, snug fit through your midfoot, you actually get this sensation that you're lighter on your toes and lighter on your feet. It's driven a lot of the direction for Mercurial for Spring 18, and it was in our minds as we created Tiempo. So rather than, as in Tiempo 7, having Flyknit really only active through that tongue, we really wanted to make this as active as possible, which is why we kept it as free-floating as possible. And there's no skin on this knit, so it really does, the only purpose for this knit is for fit. And that's the reason that we decided to go all the way under the foot so that, again, this sock-like material just basically hugs your foot and gives you that sensation that it not only fits great, but you actually get a little bit of a lift out of it as well.
That's kind of what I experienced, and it really did provide, like you mentioned, a leather sock.
Yeah, that was the goal.
Yep. Now, one thing I am very happy to see returning on the Tiempo 8 is that sole plate. I loved it on the Tiempo 7. I think you guys perfectly walked the line between comfort and aggressive traction. And I'm very happy to say you guys took the stance of if it's not broken, we're not going to fix it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think in a lot of ways, the plate really exemplifies that Tiempo mentality of blending both the past and pushing into the future. Tiempo players talk to us about conical studs. Conical, it's easy to move in the grass. You don't get super locked in, but you still get great traction. But we know that football's getting faster, right? So we wanted to make sure that we had that blend of conical in the forefoot where you really need that and where you can really feel it, combined with these bladed and chevron studs in the toe for that quick first step. And then we really honed in on the heel where you could really provide a lot of stability with some tuned bladed studs there. So we feel like that's a really good example of the way we think about Tiempo. And then not only that, you're right, it wasn't broken. We got amazing feedback off of it. And so we wanted to just continue forward with it. It's super light, it's super snappy. It will give you that sensation that you're lighter and quicker on your feet, which is exactly what we want.
I absolutely love that Pirlo quote. From far away, the Tiempo is simple, but up close, you can see all the tech and innovation in it.
Exactly.
And I think that really stands true for this one right here, because like I was talking to you about when we were wearing these, from a distance, it really does look like that iconic quilted soft plush leather, but the more and the closer you get, you really start to see all the tech and the innovation and all the work that you guys put into this.
I think it's actually surprising. And I think when we talk to players and we show them for the first time, it always feels new, it always feels fresh and futuristic. Some players will question whether or not it's leather. That doubt goes immediately away when you feel how plush and soft this upper is. There's no doubt in their mind that this is Tiempo and this is the way Tiempo's going.
So for the players out there that haven't tried Tiempo in the past, maybe they haven't thought that their Tiempo is, you know, maybe it's still their dad's Tiempo.
Yeah.
It's not. Maybe they still think that.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you would say to them to convince them to try the Tiempo 8?
Yeah. I mean, when it comes down to it, Tiempo is a no-nonsense boot for a no-nonsense player. It really comes down to performance. It's the first filter we put through everything at Nike Football, but particularly with Tiempo. If it's not softer, better fitting, more comfortable, like we talked about, it doesn't go in the boot. this is something that you will feel the difference in terms of the way you touch the ball, the way you receive the ball, the way you ping the ball. You'll notice it right off the bat as something new and different than if you haven't tried Tiempo, probably anything you've ever tried.
I really don't think you could have put that any better. Like, as I was going through wearing this, that's actually what was crossing my mind. It is a no-nonsense boot. It's you, the leather, and the ball when it comes down to it. And it provides such a soft touch. You guys really honed in on the fit. And I have to say, I think this really is probably the best Tiempo you guys have created. I'm extremely excited to get it back in my bag.
We're super proud of it. We can't wait for it to hit the market. And honestly, this has just set the bar even higher for Tiempo.
Oh man, Tiempo 9's got to be, it's going to be out of the park.
We'll enjoy Tiempo 8 for a little bit, then we'll get there.
Joel, thank you so much for sitting down with us. Really appreciated the inside look at the Tiempo 8. Guys, if you want to check out more, you can do so by clicking the link at the end of this video. Again, big thank you, Joel and Nike for inviting us out to their campus to take a closer look. That's all we got for you guys today. Until next time, we'll see you later.